You're too controlling. You never listen. You're the one who's selfish. And you stood there stunned because those words sounded familiar. Not because they fit you, but because they fit them. But remember, it was always their mirror that was broken, not yours. Welcome to Shattered Mirrors. I'm Aaron. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm just somebody who's lived through the experience of narcissistic abuse. I learned the hard way and I took some notes. And today we're talking about projection. And if you've ever been accused of something that made no sense until you realised it described the person saying it, then this one's going to hit close to home. Projection is one of the most disorientating things that a narcissist can do. And they do it constantly. It works like this. They take their own behaviour, their guilt, their shame, their dishonesty, their cruelty, and they throw it right at you. They accuse you of doing the very thing that they're doing. And they do it with such conviction that you actually start to wonder if they're right. This isn't a misunderstanding. This isn't someone lashing out in the heat of an argument. This is a pattern, a deeply ingrained one. On some level, a narcissist can't sit with their own flaws. They can't look at themselves and accept what they see. So they take that discomfort, wrap it in an accusation, and hand it to you. Now it's your problem. And now you're defending yourself. Now you're the one scrambling to prove that you're not controlling, you're not selfish, and you're not dishonest. And that's the trick. The moment you're defending yourself against their accusation, nobody's looking at them for what they did. The spotlight's shifted, the conversation has moved, and they're standing in the clear whilst you're standing in the confusion. And the way to think of it right, projection is a confession disguised as an accusation. Every time they point the finger at you, they're telling you what they're guilty of. They just don't realise they're doing it. Or worse, they do realise and they just don't care. Either way, the result is the same. You end up carrying something that was never yours. And here's the part that really stings. It works because you're a good person. You actually care about being honest, about being fair. So when somebody accuses you of being dishonest or unfair, you take it seriously. You examine yourself. You wonder, am I really doing that? A narcissist would never ask themselves that question. And that's why they can throw these accusations around without even flinching. They're counting on your conscience to do the heavy lifting for them. So let me show you how this plays out in real life. The cheating accusation. Your partner suddenly wants to check your phone, want to know who you've texted. They're suspicious of your co-worker or your friend or your neighbour. They accuse you of being unfaithful out of nowhere. You haven't done anything. You've been loyal, devoted, but now you're the one being interrogated. And here's what you might not realise at the time. The person who's obsessed with catching you cheating, they're usually the ones with something to hide. Their paranoia isn't about you. It's a reflection of what they know that they're capable of. How about the selfishness flip? You finally ask for something. Maybe it's a night out with friends. Maybe it's a conversation about your needs. And the response? You're so selfish. Not a discussion, not a compromise, just a label slopped on you like a stamp. And it works. It works because you feel guilty for even asking. Meanwhile, this is the person who cancelled your plans without a word, who made every decision without consulting you, who treated your time like it didn't matter. But you're the selfish one, right? The manipulation claim. You try to hold them accountable. You bring up something they said, something they did, and instead of acknowledging it, they look at you and said, "You're trying to manipulate me." That word, manipulate, it lands like a punch. Because you know what manipulation looks like. You've been living in it, but now they've taken your reality and turned it inside out. You went in trying to have an honest conversation, and you came out questioning whether you're the abuser. And the listening accusation. You never listen to me. Sound familiar? Said by the person who interrupts you mid-sentence, who changes the subject when you're talking about your feelings, who scrolls through the phone while you're pouring your heart out. They don't listen, but they'll make sure you feel absolutely guilty about your listening skills. Because if they keep you busy worrying about whether you're a good partner, you won't notice that they haven't heard a word that you've said in months. And notice the pattern. Every accusation is a redirect. Every finger pointed at you is a finger that should have been pointed at themselves. So what do you do when somebody keeps handing you their baggage and telling you that it's yours? First, try the mirror test. When you're hit with an accusation that feels wrong, that came from nowhere, write it down. Then ask yourself one question. Does this describe me? Or does this describe the person who said it? And 9 times out of 10, the answer will be crystal clear. Projection has a fingerprint. It doesn't match the accused, it matches the accuser. Second, stop defending what doesn't need defending. This is where they get you. They throw an accusation at you and your instinct is to prove them wrong, to explain yourself, to gather evidence that you're not who they say you are. But that's the trap, because the more you defend, the more you explain, the more the conversation becomes about you, which is exactly where they want it. You don't owe anyone your proof that you're a decent person, because your actions already show it. Third, anchor yourself in something real. A journal, a trusted friend, someone who knows who you actually are, because projection works by making you forget yourself. When someone tells you you're selfish enough times, you start to believe it. When they call you controlling enough, you start to second guess every decision, and you need an anchor, something outside of their voice that reminds you of the truth. Fourth, name the pattern out loud. To yourself at least. You don't have to confront them. In fact, confronting a narcissist about projection usually makes it worse, but you need to recognize it internally. Say it to yourself, this is projection. This isn't about me, it's about them. And that one sentence can stop the spiral before it starts. And finally, give it back. Not by arguing, not by fighting, but by simply refusing to carry it. You can acknowledge their words without absorbing them. I hear what you're saying, I don't agree. That's it. No justification, no defense, no long explanation. Let their accusations sit in the air between you. Let it float there and let it land back where it belongs. Their words were never about you. They were a confession dressed as an accusation. You don't carry what isn't yours, so put it down. The guilt they handed you, it has their name on it. And the shame, well, that's theirs too. You've been holding their baggage long enough. You've been holding their baggage far too long. I'm Aaron, this is Shattered Mirrors, and I'll see you on the next one. So if this video gave you a moment of clarity or just validated the hell of what you've been living through, then please do me a favour. Hit that like button. Not for my vanity, but to send a signal through the noise. It tells the algorithms to send this video to someone else who still thinks they're crazy. Someone else who's still trapped. And if you want to keep walking this path to freedom with us, then please subscribe. Let's get the truth out there.